That's what gives us those feels-like temperatures that are in the single digits to below zero. Feels 3 downtown, 1 below in Gaithersburg, 5 below over in Winchester. Widen the view out just a bit. I want to show you Stormwatch 7 satellite and radar. Brilliant sunshine from the Delmarva beaches all the way out to I-81 and the Shenandoah. Looking good out there for this afternoon. If you don't mind the cold temperatures, you're going to be fine. Temperatures upper teens to just around 20 degrees. Those feels like temperatures will only be around 3 to 4 degrees moving through the late afternoon hours. And then we drop off later on tonight to well below zero. Evening rush hour commute, pretty much what we have out there right now. Only the skies are going to get darker. Look at the sunset time now past 5 o'clock. So those daylight hours now getting a little bit longer as we move closer and closer to spring and summer. Wind chill advisory, a new one, 6 p.m. this evening through the evening hours into the overnight, set to expire tomorrow at noon. The entire metro area, all of southern Maryland, and off to the north and west of us, Garrett and Allegheny and Washington counties also included. Here's our forecast tonight, 3 to 9 degrees. That's it for daytime or nighttime low. Feels like temperatures 5 to 15 degrees below zero. Highs tomorrow similar to today in the upper teens, and our future cast as we move through what it's going to feel like in terms of those wind chills come early Sunday morning back into the single digits, and we could be close to record-breaking low temperatures come early Sunday at all 3 local airports. Here's your 7-day outlook from Stormwatch 7. How about a warm-up around 40 on Monday, lower 40s moving into the middle of next week, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, once we get through next week, we're going to see yet another cool down and then another warm-up. So better weather on the way.
All right, thanks so much, Steve. Well, happening tonight, 20 has the exclusive story of how a young wheelchair-bound woman treated for several illnesses ended up in prison for the murder of her own mother. Here to join us with details on this hour, focused on Gypsy Rose Blanchard, is ABC's Amy Robach. And Amy, so good to have you with us. I recall the situation as it unfolded, and I remember it as being one of the greatest cons I had ever seen.
It was one of the most shocking stories when it hit all of the news headlines, and it got even more shocking as we dove deeper into the story, Adriana, because what you thought you knew about the story is so much more. There are so many twists and turns. At first glance, it seemed to be that you had this mother-daughter relationship where you had a, as you mentioned, very sick young girl and a very doting, devoted mom who was there to help her through her potentially terminal illnesses. Well, the mother ends up dead, and Gypsy Rose, her daughter, ends up being charged with her murder. And finding out how you get from point A to point B is truly astounding.
My understanding that she met someone online. This is after her mother kind of kept her isolated from the outside world. And that person was involved in the murder here. But is it any clearer who was in charge or whose idea or who can take full blame?
There's a lot of finger pointing. We know that Gypsy Rose has already pleaded to a lesser charge of second-degree murder, and is serving time for that. But Nick Godejohn, her online boyfriend, is still awaiting trial, and he has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. And I spoke with him again actually this morning, talking to him about his role in this, and he claims that Gypsy Rose was the mastermind, and Gypsy Rose says she believes there's a difference between asking someone to kill someone and actually doing the deed. So you'll hear from both of them and what they think about their roles and who actually was to blame for the murder of Dee Dee Blanchard.
Just so fascinating. Is there any remorse on Gypsy Rose's part?
There is. I asked her exactly that. Did she feel remorse for what she had done, what she had contributed to her mother's murder? And I asked her what she would say to her mother now, and she told me very simply, I would tell her I am so, so, so sorry.
Well, I cannot wait to see it. That ABC 7 2020 that airs tonight right here on ABC 7 at 10 o'clock. Amy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Adriana.
We have much more of ABC 7 News at noon straight ahead, but first, here's a preview of what you'll see tonight at 5 o'clock.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm ABC 7's Michelle Marsh. She's searching for a cure for a rare disease. There are only 100 known cases in the world, and her child is one of them.
It was going to get worse over time.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 5, our own Allison Starling introduces us to tonight's working woman, a mother fighting desperately for her own daughter's future. Tonight at 5.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
Want some inspirational stories for change? You got to check out The American Dream, Saturdays, 1 p.m., News Channel 8.
When serious injuries or a loved one's death are caused by someone else's negligence, you need lawyers who understand how big hospitals and insurance companies can fight to deny you the justice you need and deserve. You need Tamore Personal Injury.